but I didn't have any oh my gosh, I can't say orange yarn. I keep wanting to say orange yarn. I promise I'm behind this wall of cats. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Morgan and I'm the maker behind LA Crochet, and if you're a returning crochet friend, then welcome back. Today's video is just gonna be a super chill week of crochet. I'm pretty sure this is the first just chill week of crochet video that I've ever done that hasn't either been like a market prep or a market recap video. So welcome. I'm gonna be telling you guys all about a few custom orders that I received and also a few really awesome sales that I had this week via my online store. And spoiler alert, this video has a ton of loaf cats in it. Like, I'm pretty sure I end up crocheting maybe like 12 loaf cats or something like that. Definitely entering my cat lady era. As always, if you guys would like to support my channel, be sure that you like this video, subscribe, and you can check out my Instagram and my Etsy linked in the description box. But alrighty friends, let's get into it. Hey you guys, so today is July 1st and I wanted to come on because I have several special orders that I wanted to show you guys. First of all, I wanted to preface this with, I feel as though I am becoming a cat lady, which is especially funny because I'm actually allergic to cats. But at least I can enjoy them in plushie form. So if you watched my last market recap video, you know that I made loaf cats for the very first time and I brought 5 of them with me to my market. Well, the same day as my market, I actually got 4 more orders for loaf cats on my Etsy. The first order was for the solid gray loaf cat, and this one actually sold at my market, so I went ahead and made another one. I love the way that these guys turn out. The shape and the proportions is just on point and they look absolutely adorable. I make my loaf cats using Bernat blanket yarn. This one specifically is in the shade dark gray, and then I use a 6.5mm hook and 20mm safety eyes. I love adding the eye detailing because I think it just adds to the overall cuteness of the cat. And by adding the white on the eye, it reminds me of Puss in Boots and Shrek when he makes the little cute face, when he makes his eyes all wide and he's holding his hat. And you guys, I am still new to Etsy and I did not realize that you could make a private listing, which if you are familiar with Etsy, probably sounds pretty silly. Up until this point, I've just made custom orders for people and listed them on my Etsy shop and then sent them the direct link. And because my shop had less of a following before, it was never really an issue. But more and more people have been favoriting my shop, which is awesome. But I didn't realize that when someone favorites your shop and then you make a new listing, they receive a notification of that listing. And so when I listed this cat, someone else bought him within the span of like 15 minutes maybe. It was so fast that I actually thought it was the buyer that I sent the link to. And when I looked at the order, I immediately realized that it was someone else. So when I looked it up, I discovered the beauty of private listings. And I also figured out how to put the little custom orders button on my Etsy page so more people will know that I do custom orders and they can just click on that button if they'd like to request something. But anyway, I created a private listing for the original buyer and then I made another gray loaf cat. So these 2 cuties will be shipping out to their new homes later today. I'm trying to keep them sort of apart from each other because I don't want them to get too attached since they're going to 2 different homes. Hey you guys, so it's a week later. Today is July 8th. I took some time off for the week of the 4th, but while I was away, I was busy making a bunch of custom orders. So the same day as my market last week, someone messaged me asking asking if I could make them 3 custom loaf cats. So this buyer has 3 adorable cats, and she actually gave me permission to show you guys their photos so we can compare my plushies to the real life cats. One of them is black and white, one is a tabby, and then one is a calico cat, and they're all absolutely adorable. I think these cats are so gorgeous. I'm not a cat person, regrettably, because as I mentioned, I am allergic to cats, but I had no idea that cats could look like this calico cat does. So once I saw these cats, I was super excited to make these custom orders. This is the first cat. I am so happy with how this cat turned out. I feel like the pattern on the face really resembles the real life cat. I really tried to mimic that little stripe of white that goes down the front of his face, and then it's almost like curtain bangs for this black pattern here. And then I did message the buyer and I asked her if she wanted me to embroider the 2 darker spots on his face, and she said yes, so I went ahead and did that. I think it's so funny in the actual picture, the little spots make it look like he has a little like mustache and a goatee. So yeah, he has a white belly and little white paws, and I'm just so happy with how he turned out. Okay, and the next cat that we have is the tabby cat. This one was pretty straightforward. Most of the original cat's body is like this speckled gray color. And then I did give him a little white belly to match the photo, and of course little white paws. And yeah, this one just looks so adorable, so simple, and so cute. I absolutely love working with this yarn. This is Bernat Blanket Tweed in the shade Dove. This is the very first time that I've ever worked with the tweed collection, and I was really happy with it. I just love how you can get all of these little different colors by just using one skein, and I think it really does match that tabby coloring on the cat. And last but not least, I am so happy with how this one turned out. I worked really hard to get the face to match so closely to the original cat. So I gave him his little white underbelly with his white paws, and then I also gave him more like dark coloring on the back of his body to resemble the original cat. Okay, we have to get a little family portrait of all of them. All right, let me see if I can balance them. Oh my gosh, they all look so cute. I really hope that the buyer is happy with all 3 of her custom cats. They're going to be sent to her later today, and I actually have the box right here that they're going to be sent in, and I've seen people posting online when they make their loaf cats, they put them in a box because it looks like when kittens are born, they're usually like put in a box. So here's the box shot. I feel like writing kittens for sale right here. I think that would be so cute. But anyway, these guys are going to be shipped to their home later today. Okay, the next custom order that I have to show you guys is probably one of my most favorite that I've ever made, which I feel like I say that like literally every time, but let me go grab it for you guys. Here he is! It's a custom pony, and as you can see, he is gigantic. So I mentioned this in my market prep video that I posted a few weeks ago, but for those of you who didn't see, a mom messaged me on Instagram. Her daughter does horseback riding, and she wanted to know if I could make her a custom pony that resembled her daughter's pony. And this is a super special order, especially because this pony is for her daughter's birthday. Her mom sent me a photo of the real life horse, and I recently learned it's a bay horse when they have like this light brown fur on their body and then the darker brown hair. So I tried to match the yarn as close as possible. This is Chenille Home Slim using the shade Terracotta, and then this is the same type of yarn, and this is the shade Java. And then the pattern that I used, which I'll link for you guys below, it includes included how to make the saddle and the bridle. I am so obsessed with how he turned out. Let me stand up so I can actually give you guys the full view of him. So as you can see, I gave him this hair on his tail and then also on his head, of course. This is my first time ever making hair like this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I gave him shorter hair in the front to kind of give him like the bang look, you know? And then I gave him, of course, longer hair in the back. I was also super happy with how the bridle and the saddle turned out. This is probably the most detailed plushie that I've ever made, and it's definitely the largest. And I mean, look at the face. He just looks so cute. I love this little like white eye detailing that I did. I think it just really helps make him look a little bit more like realistic, you know? And it really helps the eyes pop. So I'm super happy with all of the detailing, from the eyes to the bridle to the hair to the saddle. I think that rhymed. And then to his little tail. But yeah, little family portrait time. He is just so huggable because he's so big and fluffy. I really hope that she enjoys her special birthday horse. Okay, I have one more custom order to show you guys. As you can see, it was a pretty busy week for custom orders and I love it. So those of you who have been watching for a little bit know that I used to have this donkey that I brought with me to my first 5 markets, and then at my market last week he finally sold. And you guys, I was not prepared. I got so many comments saying they were so happy that the donkey finally sold, and I'm so glad that everyone else is just as invested in my plushie's future as I am. But anyway, right after he sold, and this was even before I got the chance to make a reel about my market, someone messaged me asking if they could buy the donkey. And get this, she lives in Switzerland. She's a fellow crocheter and she saw him in one of my reels and just really loved the way he looked and wanted him. So I made her another donkey. This was originally a pattern test that I did for Sugar Shock Crochet. I just love all of the details that go into making this little guy. I also included that same white detailing on the eyes that I always like to do. I just absolutely love the look that it gives the plushies. I think it makes them look even more adorable. I mean, just look at that face. He is so cute. The buyer and I were talking about doing a photo exchange, so hopefully I can show you guys a picture of this donkey in Switzerland. This is the very first time that my plushies have ever gone international, and I'm so excited. And Mel, if you're watching, thank you so much for being my first international buyer, and I hope you love your donkey. Okay, that wraps it up for all of the custom orders that I have to show you guys today. All of these guys will hopefully be getting shipped out later today, and I'm so excited for all of them to finally be able to go to their forever homes. Hey guys, today is Loaf Cat Day, so I'll pretty much be making loaf cats all day. I am really entering my cat lady era because this video is just filled with loaf cats. So I have 2 custom orders to get done today, and then I would like to make a bunch more loaf cats for my market this weekend and my Etsy. I've been getting a lot of messages from people asking when my loaf cats will be on my Etsy, and I promise it will be soon. I just have so many that I need to make for my market this weekend, but I plan on listing everything that doesn't sell at the market on my Etsy, and then I'll remake whatever does sell and put that on there as well. So first I'll show you guys the cats that I've already completed today. So the first one is using this adorable speckled yarn. Look at him! Isn't he so cute? I absolutely love working with this speckled yarn. This is woodland tweed. This is burlap blanket, and I just love the way that it turns out. I'm finding that the more cats that I make, the more that I use of this speckled yarn, especially for cats that have that like multicolored look to them. This yarn is perfect, and I think it's really the closest thing that I've been able to find so far. But yeah, so this is the first one, and I love how he turned out. And then the next one, so I recreated one of the cats that I had before because I'm pretty sure this was the first one to sell. So I recreated the white and red burlap blanket cat. Very adorable. And then when I went on Instagram and asked everybody what color they thought that I should make for a loaf cat, a ton of people said orange, but I didn't have any oh my gosh, I can't say orange yarn. I keep wanting to say orange yarn. I didn't have any orange yarn at the time, so I went ahead and bought orange yarn. This is actually burnt leaf. Oop, he's got some fuzzies I see coming out of him. But yeah, here's this guy. I'll give you guys the little 360 look to him, and I decided to give him little white paws because I thought that would just be super adorable. Okay, let's get a little family photo with all three of the market cats. These guys definitely have fall vibes to them. Who is excited for fall? Me. Fall is definitely my favorite season, so I'm super excited to do fall markets. But anyway, so those are all of the cats that I made for my market. So now I'm going to show you guys one of the custom orders that I've already completed. For this first custom order, the buyer requested that I make her 2 cats in plushie form. So here is the first cat. Look at him! He's so cute. Okay, so I really hope that I can show you guys a picture of the real life cat, because the cat in real life has this little white mustache right on his snout, I guess you can call it. I mimicked that here, and then he also has white whiskers, and I thought that this was so unique. So he has this just a straight line of white all the way down his belly, and then tiny little white paws when like the rest of his leg is black, but just the end of his paws are white, and it's just the cutest thing ever. Okay, and then this is the next cat. So this cat is pretty much entirely tabby. I would say pretty much the only like huge difference between this cat and like just a full-on tabby cat is that he has this little white patch going from his snout down his neck a little bit. So I recreated that. So why don't we get a little family photo of these two together. So thank you for ordering, and I hope you enjoy your 2 cats in plushie form. Okay, so now moving on to my next custom order for the day. This buyer also requested that I make her 2 cats in plushie form. So I will need to go to Joann's later to get the right speckled yarn for one of the cats, but I figured I'd just go ahead and make the first cat since I already have all of the correct yarn, and I figured my trip to Joann's could be a little crochet break. I was originally planning on maybe chatting with you guys while I was crocheting, but this cat is so intricate that I think I should probably focus, or else I'll definitely mess up. So I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I finished my first custom loaf cat. Oh my gosh. I just realized if I sit like this, it looks like this little loaf cat back here is sitting on my shoulder. That's so cute. Anyway, I finished the first cat for my second custom order, and this is how he turned out. This has definitely been the most, we'll say, complex cat that I've done so far. So like I said, hopefully I can put a picture on the screen for you guys, but basically this is like a calico tabby mix. So normally I believe that calico cats are like tan, white, and black, but with this one, every time you would expect to see just a black spot, it was really more of like a tabby look. So that's why this one is so unique, and I really tried to emulate it, so hopefully I can show you. But on the cat's little nose here, he has a little tan spot, and then the front of his face is really that sort of tabby look. He has a white belly with tan sides, and then the one in the picture does have a big like tabby spot on his back, and then like a few spots where the white kind of shows through his coloring, and then a spot on the back, and then of course a tabby looking tail. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. The buyer, when we were talking about yarn options, was like, wow, I really wish that someone would invent a line of yarn that mimicked cat colors, because I think that they would do so well with that, and I am inclined to agree with her. Now it is time for me to go to Joann's to get that speckled yarn that I told you guys about. So I'm gonna head over there, and then I'm gonna make my last custom cat. Hey guys, just got to Joann's. I'm definitely only gonna get the like 2 skeins that I need. Okay, you guys, I'm back from Joann's. It was super hot out, but we got the goods. I'm gonna show you guys all of the stuff that I got. I only got 4 skeins, so it's really not that bad. And so 3 of these skeins were ones that I truly, genuinely needed, and then I did get 1 fun skein. So I got another skein of the vintage white because I've been going through this like crazy making all of these Loaf Cats. So we have that. And then of course I got another of the Dove tweed because, like I said, I use this a ton for the tabby cats. And then I got this. So this is sandy tweed, and this is actually the one that I needed for the custom order that I'm about to do. And then surprise, I got Big Twist. Okay, so Big Twist at Joann's was on sale for $7.99, and because Joann's always has amazing coupons, I had a 20% off coupon, so I saved $8.80. So basically this was free if you think about it. But I saw this and I thought it would be so fun to make a loaf cat using this rainbow yarn. I know it's not practical, but I really wanted to make it anyway. I just think that a rainbow cat would be so cute. So I think I'm gonna make this after I make this last custom order. And fun fact, this is actually my first time ever using Big Twist. So I've heard a lot of amazing things about it, so I'm really excited to try it out. But yeah, so for this last cat, I will be using the coal and the sandy tweed. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and I'll check in with you guys again when it's done. Oh my gosh. I think that took me like 3 hours. It's like 6 o'clock right now. You can even tell the lighting is not that great. Like, it's much later in the day. First, let me show you the end result. So here she is. So this cat, hopefully I can show you guys a picture, but he has a few tan spots on his face, so I was able to emulate those no problem. It was really the back that was giving me a problem. So this is what I ended up coming up with. I didn't end up using the sandy tweed, and here's why. So the back of the cat almost looks like a tabby pattern with the colors of like caramel and black, and the sandy tweed really was just not the right color. Like, it looked like the right color in the picture, and then when I actually went to use it, it was just not it. So I decided, okay, maybe I'll use terracotta to try to emulate that like tan color, and that really didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. So I ended up settling on, this is actually Parfait Chunky in the shade Mustard, and I combined the black Bernat blanket with the Mustard Parfait Chunky and actually crocheted with those 2 strands together to try to emulate that mixture of the 2 colors, because there is really not a color shade in Bernat Blanket Tweed that emulates that very well. So I think it took me so long just because I was really trying to figure out the best way to do this. And I've never tried this technique before. I've never crocheted with 2 strands at once, so this was my first time doing that, and I think it actually turned out really well. Oh yeah, I also was able to give the cat his one little white paw, because the actual cat does have a little white paw on his back left leg, so we were able to do that. So let's go ahead and have a family portrait with these two. Here they are. These guys took me so long, but it was so worth it. This was probably the most intricate cat pattern that I've ever tried to emulate. After finishing these guys, I totally agree with the buyer. Someone needs to come out with some yarn that's inspired by cat patterns like Tabby, because we need help out here making these loaf cats. But yeah, so I hope she's super happy with her custom cats. I wanted to get like a full-on custom cat family portrait. Here they all are. Oh my gosh, I look like a crazy person with my hair right now, but I have been crocheting cats so much today, so honestly my hair like perfectly reflects that. So these guys will be going home this week, and I think for the rest of the night, well, first of all, I'm gonna take a break because I definitely need a break after the mental gymnastics that I just did. And then I will probably crochet all of those other cats that I was telling you guys about for my market and my Etsy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna call it for today, but I will check in with you guys tomorrow to show you all of the progress that I've made. Hi guys, so it's the next day, and as you can see, I have a ton of loaf cats to show you guys. So I already showed you guys these ones. These guys will be going to my market, and then yeah, I already showed you guys this one, our little speckled cat. And now for the ones that I made last night. So the first one that I made last night is this gray and white cat. I had one of these at my last market, and it was one of the first ones to sell, so I went ahead and made another one. I do still have to put a little dot of hot glue on the yarn here, so if you see it kind of like start to come over the eyes like that, that's why. I'll be sure to hot glue that when I'm done. And then the next one that I made is this speckled one. So this is the yarn that I originally got for that custom order that I was doing yesterday, but it didn't quite match right. So I decided to use it for another speckled cat. So here's this one. And then the next one, oh, I don't want to give any spoilers. That's like our special one. Okay, here's the next one, our black and white cat. I also made one of these for my last market, and again, it sold well, so I made another one, and this time I gave him little black paws, so I thought it was very cute. And then now for the last one that I made, so I showed you guys yesterday the big twist yarn that I got in that rainbow color, and here is our rainbow cat. I love how it turned out. I think that it's just so cute. I feel like he's such a special looking cat. Like, he's a rare one because he just looks so unique from all of the other ones. Of course, he's not practical, but I just think that he looks so cute. And I hope that he finds someone at the market or online who would love a rainbow cat. So I'm gonna stack these guys all back up here. The cool thing about this pattern is they do stack on each other, and there we go. They're all stacked on top of each other. Very adorable. So I do want to make one more loaf cat, and I want it to be a tabby cat, and I want it to be in this burnout blanket yarn. This is the Dove tweed yarn that I've been using. So I'm gonna make another one of those. I'm gonna get the face and everything started, and then when I have some rows of single crochets, then I'll come back on and chat with you guys. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I have his little feet done and his face and his ears. So now I've come to the point where I have a bunch of rows of single crochet to do, so I figured I could come on and actually like talk to you guys while I'm crocheting. I had to wait until I came to a part where there were a bunch of rounds of single crochet, because I know that if I had to like count stitches or worry about a bunch of other types of stitches, that I would probably end up losing count and losing track of where I am. So I wanted to tell you guys about 2 special orders that I had this week. You guys are gonna be so excited. The first one that I want to tell you guys about is my jumbo strawberry. It finally sold. So it ended up actually going to someone who saw my reel on Instagram and they wanted the jumbo strawberry. So I was so excited that the jumbo strawberry finally found its home. And of course, you guys know that I had to make a silly reel to commemorate the sale of my jumbo strawberry. So I'll pop that on the screen for you guys. And the audio that actually goes with this video is I Will Remember You by Sarah McLachlan. The video, I have to give my husband like creative credit for this video because he totally thought of it. He was like, wouldn't it be so funny if you made a reel where it was like you remembering the strawberry and you guys doing a bunch of activities together? And fun fact, while we were actually filming this reel, a woman came up to my husband and I and thought that we were actually filming a gender reveal video. So she offered to like help us film it so he could get in the shot too. So she was very nice, but we had to explain like, oh no, it's really much more silly than that. I am filming a reel with my crocheted jumbo strawberries. So not quite as serious as a child coming into this world. And there is one more special sale that I wanted to tell you guys about, and I'm actually gonna put the cat down because you guys, the other special sale that I had this week was my evil Froggy. For those of you who have been watching my videos for a little while, you know Evil Froggy very well. He's come with me to every one of my markets, and he's actually one of the first amigurumi projects that I ever did. So he's definitely an OG plushie. He's been there since the beginning. And someone saw my YouTube video last week and they saw that Evil Froggy didn't sell after my last market either. So they sent me a message on Etsy and they told me that they would like to adopt Evil Froggy. So he is currently in transit to them right now. And I really hope that they love their new Evil Froggy and he loves his new lair and they have fun plotting together. But you guys, I have to admit, it's been a little weird not having Evil Froggy around. When I tell you he's been here since the beginning, I mean he's been here since the beginning. So every time I'm crocheting, I always look over and I see him and his little evil eyebrows. So I think I might need to make some more evil minions and bring them to my next market. Also, you guys, this is what I get for pulling from the middle of the skein. It always is so awesome in the beginning because it just pulls out so neatly, but without fail, I always end up with a little bit of a tangled mess at the end, so one day I'll learn. But luckily this one is actually coming out really easily, so it's not gonna be a problem. Actually, I don't regret doing it on this one because this one is really easy. So the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is I'm currently working on my next pattern. So I wanted to take a minute to thank you guys so much for making my fruit basket bundle pattern such a big success. I did not expect so many people to purchase it when I first came out with it, so I just want to thank you guys so much for that. Thanks to you guys, Etsy has labeled my pattern a bestseller, and it's just so crazy to me because that was my very first pattern. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much again for showing it so much love. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys that I am currently finishing up the final details on my next pattern. So I'm not gonna give a little reveal yet because like I said, I am still working on it, but I'm actually staring at it off screen right now and I'm very excited to show it to you guys. It's going to be like a bigger plushie item, kind of unlike what my fruit basket bundle pattern was, and it is super adorable and I just can't wait to finally reveal it to you guys. So that should be revealed within the next week or so, and I'll be running running a pattern tester call on my Instagram. So if you'd like to apply to test my next pattern, be on the lookout for that. Pattern writing can be very difficult. Like, I had to redo this pattern probably 3 or 4 times, but once you do finally get your pattern looking the way that you want it to be, it is just so satisfying. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? Am I going to win Yarn Chicken? We will see. It's not really Yarn Chicken because I have another skein of this exact yarn sitting right over there that I bought at Joann's yesterday. So the same thrill isn't there as when you don't have the shade available to you, but it would be nice to just finish up the project with the rest of this skein. That's always super satisfying when that happens. Okay, you guys, my tabby cat is done. Here he is. It's just a solid tabby cat. I know a lot of people have tabby cats, so I wanted to make sure that I had one of these guys at my market next week. I won Yarn Chicken. This is how much yarn I had left. I am going to get all of my cats. I'm gonna try to take a family portrait of them. This is going to probably be very difficult, but I will do my best. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm trying so hard to get them on the shot. Look at all them. I promise I'm behind this wall of cats. Okay, here is a much better shot. Here they all are. So yeah, like I was saying, I have my 4 custom cats, and then all 8 of the other ones are going to be going to my market this weekend, and whichever ones don't sell will be going on my Etsy. This picture just looks so cute. Seeing them all together like this in their own little cat pyramid. I'm so lucky that this pattern stacks so well, because otherwise I do not think that I would be able to get this shot. Of course, we have our rainbow cat at the top of the pyramid. So if we count the 2 gray cats that I showed you guys at the beginning of this video, and then the 3 other custom loaf cats that I did, that's a total of 17 loaf cats for this video, which is so crazy. I'm definitely becoming a cat lady, entering my loaf cat era. So I'm so happy with how all of these guys turned out, and I'm super excited to bring them to my market. Okay, 17 loaf cats later. Oh my goodness, this is probably the most of one item I've ever made besides my octos. But alrighty, you guys, I have to get to market prepping for my market this weekend, so I'm gonna call this video here, but thank you guys so much for watching. Next week will be another market prep vlog, and I have a ton of things that I need to make, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you have any questions that I didn't address in this video, feel free to leave me a comment. And if you were crocheting something during this video, leave a comment below and tell me what you were making. Alrighty, you guys, we hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!